So it looks like the Blizzard Classic WoW dev team just made a huge decision by essentially removing Gargoyle snapshotting from the game. Now it's just going to update dynamically with your haste. This is going to severely limit the power of Unholy Death Knights, but more importantly, this affects everybody. This affects every class. Right now, the parsing scene is dominated by extremely short fights. A new Bracan looking like 30 seconds and stuff like that. And so this affects the entire meta. Everybody is going to have longer fights, and that is going to affect literally every class. Mostly Warlocks, Affliction Warlocks, and Demonology Warlocks benefit from very long fights. They like really long execute phases, and they're already doing a lot of damage, so we're going to see them do even more. Classes that are burst or cooldown dependent or reliant are really going to be affected by this. Some examples would probably be like Arcane Mage. Demonology Warlock is going to look a little bit weaker. Combat Rogue, all these things have huge cooldowns that massively benefit their DPS. And now with that making up a smaller percentage of the fight, they're going to see less of a DPS benefit of the damage that's being added to their total DPS throughout the fight over time. This is a pretty massive change, and honestly, I don't really know why the Gargoyles were put in the game like this to begin with. A lot of people like to believe that we're just better gamers now, and people back in the day were stupid, and they're too stupid to abuse something like this or notice it, but it was actually different. In Wrath Classic private servers and in the original retail Wrath version of the game, the Gargoyle did not do this. It did not just snapshot all of your haste and attack power immediately. It might have snapshotted your attack power, but definitely not all of your haste. It was either dynamic or it had a global cooldown on the actual Gargoyle pet. If you look at a Hunter pet DPS for any amount of time, you can see that pets should obviously have globals or else they're just going to do insane damage. As a hunter, you get a talent that constantly floods your pet with focus, and so if it didn't have a global cooldown, it would do insane damage. And while you can't snapshot it, it would still just be absolutely broken. And so the fact that gargoyles were put into the game without it is just kind of abysmal and a complete oversight on the Blizzard dev team. Anybody that raids hardcore or very seriously knows that there's a lot of these oversights. One of these is that pets still have sated after every fight. The reset cooldown mechanic just doesn't work at all, and we have to go into war games all the time to reset our cooldowns whenever we're actually trying to parse and not make it take 10 hours. Things like Infernal don't reset, and Troll Racial, but overall the dev team is just completely out of their minds. I have no idea what's going on over there. I kind of just completely lost faith in them myself after they refused to put in the in-game quest tracker, as if that was some kind of problem and hurting people. I don't know anybody who really didn't like the in-game quest helper. I don't even know anybody who had a single complaint about it, but I guess that had to be removed. These devs are just completely out of their mind. Hopefully, we can enjoy the rest of Wrath and they don't mess it up too bad. But I mean, the fact that it was implemented like this and now the fact that they're doubling back on it, it's really not looking good. Hopefully, they don't make any more changes and we can just enjoy Wrath for what it is and then, stay or not stay for Cataclysm Classic. But thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll include a link to the post in the comments and the description in case you can't find it.